today. From Lumen Field in Seattle, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Seattle Seahawks taking on the Baltimore Ravens.
Well, no trip to the Northwest would be complete without a little rain, and we've got a lot of rain falling right now at Lumen Field in downtown Seattle. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Baltimore Ravens and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, the shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Well, the option right is Jackson. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
It's caught. Lockett. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. Back to throw. McFarland. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. And Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. McFarland. And he'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, able to get the completion, but unfortunately not able to get the 3rd down conversion there on that play.
And I like how the defense approached that when they knew where the first down marker was, and they decide whatever you want to have, you can. You're just not going to get the first down. Excellent tackling right there.
Fourth down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game.
4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
To throw is Jackson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Here's Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3.
Back to throw. McFarland. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he'll be out right at the 35. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Looking to throw. McFarland.
He completes this to Walker.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Now we get to see the punter, Corliss Waitman.
on the punt with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here's Dobbins.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
They'll go again with Dobbins.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a 1st down.
So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the 1st down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the 1st down, get a new set, and let's start over.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Jerry Tillery running in there and setting him down.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Jackson.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Again, Jackson will keep it.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now it's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They run again with Walker. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he's got it inside the 10. It's a big play there for Seattle. 46 yards for an offense that has not found the end zone yet. That's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Back to throw. McFarland. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. The point after through the raindrops, something good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
Fields it right around the goal line.
The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's Jackson to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. On third down, Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there. No return. And over. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
From the gun on third down, McFarland. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Straight ahead, Walker.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try for the first with Walker.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
The Seahawks at 4-5, a game under 500. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
And going right back to Walker.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
2nd and 8.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, McFarland. He's got his tight end Fant. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Operating from the gun, McFarland
going right back to Fant. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. McFarland. And he slings one that's incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. McFarland. Left side here taken in by Metcalf.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Back to throw. McFarland shoves him aside. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 22-yard line. And they get 10 yards there and convert on third.
Certainly part of their success so far in this game, their ability to convert on third down. And what a nice throw and catch there. That allows the officials to move the sticks one more time and set up 1st and 10.
Back to throw again. Repeat of the last play, finding Walker. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Check 26, check 26.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They'll look to throw again. And it's caught. Touchdown. Tyler Lockett with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Seahawks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So that, amazingly, a 17-play drive.
And it ends with a Tyler Lockett touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up second down. Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson.
That's complete to his receiver, Bateman.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And Jackson throwing once more. High throw, but he makes the catch. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. Tucker's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. And this will be a touchback. Barrios deciding not to bring it out.
So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They fell last week to Cleveland, but they're on top here as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. McFarland.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, Jackson. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. This red zone is where the Seahawk crowd really makes it tough for an offense to communicate. It's 3rd down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Tucker's kick is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5.
So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And out now come the Seahawks.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
They go play action here on first down. That is taken in by the tight end, Fant.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
From the gun on 3rd down, McFarland. And able to connect with Barrios. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 25-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
Throwing on first down, McFarland.
That one taken in by Dwayne Eskridge.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up second down. Looking to throw. McFarland, he's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
On third down, here's Walker.
And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but third and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Back to throw. McFarland firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on third. Operating from the gun, McFarland. And that will be incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. And this one is right through, and that'll push the lead up to 8.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Jackson. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson.
They'll find Dobbins out of the backfield.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, but we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Looking to throw. McFarland. He'll find Metcalf.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Out of the gun, Walker with it.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. McFarland over the middle. He gets it to Barrios. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 24-yard line.
On the counter, it's Walker. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
8 yards to go on 2nd down.
Operating from the gun, McFarland. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter.
Multiple defenders in there to bring him down as this quarter comes to an end.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, they've had plenty of success. 8 conversions, looking for a 9th. This will be 3rd and forever. He wants it all for the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, 33 yards.
And the Seahawks look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You can see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told.
And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory.
Jordan Brooks on the tackle.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson.
That's complete. It's Devin.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down.
That'll be complete to Dobbins.
And they'll get this down to the 10. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Jackson running again.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams.
And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Here's Walker to start the drive.
And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, As many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's got some space here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Jackson on first down. And a quick throw here that's complete.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. On second down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. That's Ronnie Stanley, former top 10 pick from Notre Dame. On second down, here's Jackson.
Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 36. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. Jackson now.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Again, Jackson.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson.
Open man is Duvernay. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Working with a 2nd and 4. Now a handoff for Dobbins.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Jackson.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Yeah, just slowly bleed the clock away. Clock's definitely on your side. And, you know, when we talk about analytics in the game, what is this one? The advanced win metrics? Because if you take care of the football here, bleed the clock down, with about 95% chance of winning.
I'd say 95 or better. And I know you always say it, every coach does. It's just protecting the football at this point.
Yeah, and knowing that the defensive guys, they're coming after the ball more than they are the person. They want to knock it free.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here.
Again, it's Walker.
And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down by 15. A minute 44 to go. And they're in danger of a third straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10.
Jackson.
Buying time to his left. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But it looked. Indeed, keep the possession. Flushed out right. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Jackson to throw.
Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Now Jackson.
Steps away to his left. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
He gets this underneath to Dobbins.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Throwing. Jackson.
And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for one here and save the possible two-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for two here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for one here. And it's good, so that will get them back within one score. So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it's Rashad Bateman who finished it all off with a touchdown.
So 20 seconds remain. It'll come down to this. And this is going to be taken in by the Seahawks. And it would appear they're on their way to victory now. Well, fourth quarter. Football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. And they'll indeed take a knee. So the victory here for Seattle, and they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities, and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for the Seahawks, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5.
And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Commanders.
Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they are barely afloat as they fall